Tonight we report on a proposal to tax drivers for how many miles they drive and a prison sentence for a man who attacked people with a knife in an Ephrata bar. What's happening in sports, Bob?
Thanks, Alan. Moses Lake girls basketball picks up a big win at home last night, and the Chiefs swim and dive team places second at a home try meet. Here's a glance at our Weather Center forecast.
As we get closer to the weekend, we will continue to have an active weather pattern. For this weekend, we'll see rain and snow. I'm Cristina Sanchez, and I'll have your extended forecast just ahead.
I'm Alan Troop, and we have all this and much more on I-Fiber News.
From the I-Fiber HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is I-Fiber News, your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is I-Fiber News, and it starts now.
Charging Washington drivers for how many miles they drive is meeting resistance in at least one Eastern Washington legislative district. The state legislature expected to consider spending between $2 million and $6 million to study a different way to charge for road maintenance in the state. The proposal is to charge for mileage in addition to the state's 37 cents per gallon gas tax. Senator-elect Judy Warnick said she mentioned the proposal during a Moses Lake Chamber of Commerce meeting last week, and people unanimously responded they didn't want it. The increase of more fuel-efficient vehicles on the roads prompted the state legislature to begin to look at other ways to fund road construction and improvements. The legislature tasked the commission to begin looking at whether it was feasible to start charging drivers for how far they drive, rather than charging them at the pump. The commission is asking for money from a state which is facing a revenue shortfall next year. The governor asked agencies to prepare for a 15% budget cut prior to his budget proposal this week. Warnick said the state likely can't afford it. A Christmas display at a Moses Lake home continues to grow each year, so much so the homeowners say they're running out of room. Reporter Jeff Chu has the story.
Cheryl Coulter admits her Christmas lawn decorations are a little extreme.
The Coulter Crazy Christmas display.
But in the next breath, she says it's okay, looking to her smiling, supportive husband, Alan.
I like the spectacle of the whole thing.
The Coulter display at 2069 South Crestmont Drive in Moses Lake has grown over the years. Alan's only concern is that they will run out of room on their front lawn. Cheryl likes the happy families the display draws.
We call them looky-loos, just the people who drive by or drive real slow. Or we even have lately been noticing that they've been stopping and getting out of their car and walking up and down the sidewalk, and a lot more hands-on.
She described how what started small grew into 33 inflatables, including a snowman village.
It started with the candy cane arch. That was kind of what started it off, and I had a candy cane theme, so I had white lights and red lights and a lot of candy canes, and so then I was looking for a candy cane inflatable and found this one on the internet, and had no idea how tall 15 feet really was until I put it up and realized it's as tall as the house.
Cheryl says she will continue to pick up new inflatables, like this year's edition of Barbecue Santa. I'm Jeff Chu for I-Fiber News.
A man is facing 22 years in prison for attacking people with a knife in an Ephrata bar in January. A Grant County jury convicted Larry Belt, a 53-year-old man, with 2 counts of assault in the first degree using a deadly weapon. Belt has 4 previous felony convictions and was sentenced to 22 years in prison. Belt went into Wendy's Steakhouse and Lounge on Division Street on January 3rd. Belt was angry and accused his wife of hiring people to kill him. Belt told the female bartender he would take her out and anyone else who came around before pulling out a knife blade on a multi-tool and threatening to stab her. She escaped. When her husband came to the bar, Belt charged the victim and the 2 men fought. Belt grabbed a steak knife during the fight and cut the victim's neck, hands, and stomach. 2 men came into the tavern and wrestled Belt to the ground. A fire on a utility pole caused several Ephrata homes and businesses to lose power Tuesday evening. The fire started about 5 p.m., according to the Multi-Agency Communications Center dispatchers. It caused several businesses on Basin Street to lose power. The outage includes the area between State Route 28 and Empire Road and from Dodson Road to the Grant County landfill, according to iFiber One News follower Patrick Walker. PUD spokesman Chuck Allen said crews responded and had power restored in about 2 hours. And now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
Short break, we'll be right back.
At Moses Lake Community Health Center, we have had the privilege to serve the local communities since 1978.
What I like about working at this clinic more than any other clinic that I've worked at is the patient care. With the patient care team that we've assembled, it allows us to take care of as many facets of the patient and their family's needs.
Please take the opportunity to experience the high-quality care provided at our clinics.
There's something new and exciting happening right now at your nearest Toyota dealer. It's the arrival of the all-new 2014 Corolla, now featuring a new stylish exterior, plus a premium interior loaded with technology, including Toyota's N-Tune multimedia system with navigation. Corolla has definitely evolved. The best part is, right now you could take advantage of special introductory savings. The new 2014 Corolla, available at any of your Inland Empire Toyota dealers today. Toyota, let's go places.
Hi everyone, I'm Cristina Sanchez with your One News Weather Center, brought to you by Bud Cleary Toyota dealer, Toyota Let's Go Places. We begin your forecast with our headlines. We do have an active weather pattern for this weekend. Throughout the night, we'll continue to have that chance of rain and snow around the region. For this Thursday afternoon, we will have a brief break. We'll have mostly cloudy conditions here in our Columbia Basin. Now for Friday, snow showers will make a comeback here within our area. Now throughout the next 24 hours, we'll continue to stay in above average high temperatures. Today we reached up into the low 40s. Normal high for this time of the year is in the low 30s. Started off the day in the mid 30s here in Ephrata, and we did have a trace of precipitation. Now in Moses Lake, high temperature today in the upper 30s, and temperature throughout the morning hours was in the mid 30s. Normal low for this time of the year is in the low 20s for Moses Lake, and right now current temperature is in the mid 30s for Ephrata. We do have a northwesterly wind blowing up to 5 miles an hour, so it's very calm throughout the region. Now we do have precipitation coming in, especially along the coast. There will continue to be light snow along the mountains and mix of rain and snow along the valleys. Now in lower elevations from Interstate 90 and south, we'll mainly see rain within the next few hours, and especially along the coast we'll continue to have rain. Now areas along the Cascades and also closer to the Canadian border will mainly see snow as we go into this Friday morning, and we'll continue to clear out. However, we'll continue to see rain along the coast throughout this Friday and into Saturday morning, and mainly a little bit more snow along the Cascades and especially in higher elevations. High temperatures for this Thursday afternoon will stay into the upper 40s, low 50s, and we'll continue to see rain along the coast and in the Yakima Valley. High temperature will stay into the low 40s, and inland northwest a mix of rain and snow, especially in higher elevations, with high temperatures reaching into the upper 30s. As we take a closer view within our Columbia Basin, high temperatures for this Thursday will stay in the upper 30s for Moses Lake, as well as for us in Ephrata and Royal City. High temperature will be into the low 40s. Now in our extended forecast, Saturday will be our best chance for rain Here for us in Alpharetta, Friday we'll continue to have that chance of rain, especially as we go into the morning hours of this Friday. We may see a mix of rain and snow. Then high temperature will stay into the low 40s for Sunday. Monday we'll have once again a brief break from the precipitation with high temperatures in the mid 40s. Then once again rain will make a comeback on Tuesday and Wednesday with high temperatures staying into the upper 30s. This segment was brought to you by Bud Cleary Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. We'll be right back with sports.
You don't need me to tell you that 4 and all-wheel drive time is on its way. But maybe you didn't know your local Toyota dealers are gearing up for the season with special savings on our top-selling 4 and all-wheel drive models. From tough Tundra trucks to our best-selling CUV RAV4 or Venza, the perfect blend of all-wheel drive with safety and style. Plus many others. The bottom line is exceptional 4 or all-wheel drive savings just in time for winter. For full details on these and other savings, visit any of your Inland Empire Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
Just when I thought the blizzard couldn't get any better, DQ put the blizzard inside a waffle cone. This is mind-blowing. So when DQ asked me how I would tell the world, I said... Sounds better in Italian.
Pretty impressive, Liz. Any blizzard, like confetti cake, now in a fresh-baked waffle cone. This is fan food, not fast food.
Jessie Loretta scored 23 points, and number 5 ranked Moses Lake beat number 6 Walla Walla 54-50 at home last night. I was on hand for the action, and man, was it a good one.
The house was rocking in anticipation of the matchup between two of the top 4A teams in the state. The Blue Devils got the tip and the first bucket on a tray from Michaela Ferenz to go up 3-0. McKenna Walker answered back with a basket from behind the arc to tie it 3-all. The teams traded scores throughout the first quarter that had Moses Lake and Walla Walla knotted 14-14. Walker, Jessie Loretta, and her sister Jamie continued to heat up from three-point range, and the Chiefs led 27-24 at the break. Moses Lake was ice cold to start the second half and fell behind 33-27. Back-to-back three balls by Jessie tied the game 33-33. This three-point play by Loretta put the Chiefs up 39-38 after 3 quarters were in the books. Moses Lake held a slim 46-44 lead with 2 minutes left in the contest. A shooting foul on the Chiefs put Madison Dobaker on the line, where she calmly sank both shots to tie at 46-all. With time winding down and the Blue Devils unable to find the bucket, Walla Walla was forced to foul and save precious seconds. The plan backfired as Walker sank 4 free throws over the last 27 seconds, and the Chiefs held on for the victory. Coach Matt Strophe was pleased to get the win over a formidable opponent.
There are times where they out-executed us, so we definitely learned some things that we've got to correct. When it comes to playing a high-quality opponent, our execution on offense wasn't what it should be, and we get away with those things against lesser opponents. But whether it's Chiawana or Walla Walla or some of those types of teams, and give them a ton of credit, they sure as heck made us earn it. We had a few too many turnovers, but then we knocked down a couple of key shots and buried our free throws at the end. Jessie Loretta with a couple of key threes. Both McKenna and Jessie knocking down their free throws late. That was obviously the difference in the ball game.
Moses Lake Swim and Dive came up on the short end of the scoreboard in the home tri-meet. Reporter Sean Wells has the details.
Moses Lake Swim hosted a tri-meet with Hanford, Richland, and Walla Walla. It was a good test for the Chiefs trying to keep their perfect season alive. Moses Lake's Madison Molitor took first in both the 50 and 100-yard freestyle. The Chiefs relay team of Zach Johnston, Dallin Fairbanks, Madison Molitor, and Brendan Eslick took first in both the 200 and 400 freestyle. Zach Johnston also took first in the 200-yard individual medley, while Brendan Eslick took second in both the 200-yard freestyle and 100-yard butterfly. As a team, Moses Lake came up just short to Walla Walla, losing 361 to 349. Richland finished third with 325 points, while Hanford was fourth with 295. For Fiber One News, Sean Wells.
Big Bend women's basketball dropped a 65-54 road game at Olympic College to fall to 2-3 on the early season. 9 Lady Vikings scored in this one, led by 13 points from Mackenzie Windley. Quincy wrestlers turned back Ellensburg 44-25 on the mat last night to move to 3-1 in the standings. The Jacks opened league competition with a 60-16 win at Wapato. Quincy then lost a close 35-33 match to Wharton, but bounced back with a big win over Cascade. The Jacks will send 6 wrestlers to the Tri-State meet at Central Valley High School this weekend. We'll be right back after this.
Hello, my name is Cheryl Kono. I am your local Ephrata Farmers Insurance Agent. Here at Cheryl Kono Insurance Agency, our customers always come first. We don't just work here, we live here. Please stop by the office, call, email, or Facebook me for a free auto, home, life, business, or farm and ranch quote today. We are insurance. We are farmers. Come in for a free quote today.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Well, one thing I knew from being a patient myself was that a dental office is a scary place to come to. And so we wanted everything possible to make sure that our office is a comfortable place for our patients to visit. The patients that I have, my clients, have made me a part of this community, and we want to give back in every way possible.
Our spotlight story tonight is about hundreds of nativity scenes from around the world that were on display at a church in Moses Lake. Reporter Jeff Chu has the details.
The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints Moses Lake Stake celebrated the meaning of Christmas with more than 300 nativity scenes collected by church members from around the world. The nativity scenes were exhibited like works of art inside the church's gymnasium, where everyone was invited to stroll and ponder the scenes that came in all forms imaginable. Marble, porcelain, wood, painted, and crystal were among the art forms at the venue. Even a VW microbus nativity scene was on display. On stage was a live nativity with Mary and Joseph stand-in actors who were rotated throughout the event. Musicians and singers performed as well during the event Thursday through Saturday at the church on Division Street. Even free family photos at a nativity booth could be taken in the church's lobby. Carrie Welty, the church's activity chairwoman, said it's all about sharing the belief and understanding of the Christ child's birth leading up to December 25th.
Something that we really would like to share and have people understand about our church and our faith is that we have a strong faith in our Savior Jesus Christ. And sometimes that gets lost in the name Mormon, but that's kind of a nickname, Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. So we thought, what better thing than to celebrate the Savior's birth with all these beautiful nativities that people have collected.
While about 90% of the nativity scenes came from church members, many who brought them back from missions in foreign lands, Welty said non-church members are encouraged to submit their nativities for the exhibit.
We're hosting it, but we just would love everybody to come, and because it's just a great time of the year, you know, where we don't have to worry about all the different doctrinal points that we all agree. We're all Christian and we all believe in the Savior, and it's just a great way to celebrate as a community. The idea is that you can come in at your own pace, and you could stay for 20 minutes or you could stay for 2 hours. It's whatever you'd like to do.
The celebration has always been open to the public. The nativity event was founded by Laurie McNeese in 2002. She explained how it all began.
My husband and I were in Wenatchee, and he had been invited to a nativity over there. And when I walked in the church, it was just so beautiful and just breathtaking. And I came back to Moses Lake, and our stake president at the time was Von Hunsaker, and I talked to him and told him what a wonderful experience it was. And he said, well, let's try and do it in our stake.
McNeese said the event last week was the first time in almost 10 years the nativities were placed on display.
I think the first year we probably had 300 or 400 nativities, And it was members of our church, but also many people in the community. If you're a collector of nativities, you love to display them and you love to show them.
Welty said the nativity event is intended to be special and festive.
I mean, just walking in here, you feel something, and Christmas is so busy with the hustle and running to get all your packages mailed, and to just come in here, and it's a wonderful place to be.
I'm Jeff Chu for iFiber One News.
We'll be right back after this.
Are your kids rough on your furniture? Things looking a little run down? Then come to More Furniture in Ephrata and we can help get things back in order. We have all the top name brands made with strong quality support, including Sealy Posturepedic mattresses, because whatever you do in bed, Sealy supports it. The next time your furniture is in need of some replacing, stop into More Furniture in Ephrata, locally owned and trusted for over 100 years.
Attention business owners. The deadline is fast approaching to advertise in the 2015 edition of the Moses Lake Local Book. Don't be the only business left out. In print or online, it's the best way to reach your customer when they're ready to buy. Call today to place your ad by calling 877-738-9829 or by visiting us online at www.statewideyp.com. The Moses Lake Local Book Telephone Directory. Simply the best advertising.
A Moses Lake man was injured Tuesday afternoon when he reportedly drove his car into the back of a minivan on State Route 17. Silvestre Mendez, a 20-year-old man, was driving a 2004 Saturn Ion south in Moses Lake when he allegedly failed to stop for a red light at the intersection with Wheeler Road. According to the Washington State Patrol, his car hit the rear of the 2007 Chevrolet Uplander driven by Manuel Smith Covey, a 22-year-old Moses Lake resident. Mendez was taken to Samaritan Healthcare for his injuries. Smith Covey was uninjured. The State Patrol claimed Mendez caused the collision because he disregarded the traffic light and he was issued a ticket. In Northwest news, an 82-year-old man may face animal cruelty charges for shooting his neighbor's dog. The man admitted to investigators he shot the puppy and several other dogs that tried to use his lawn as a bathroom.
This is the field that they go to the bathroom in.
Kathy Davis walks the same path her family's Australian Shepherd likely walked right before the dog was shot near their home in Findlay. She got the call Thursday afternoon from her husband.
He said Rowdy had been shot. And so I said, how do you know? And he said, well, he's got a big old hole in his gut and he's bleeding out everywhere.
The dog belonged to their 10-year-old son. Davis says the family didn't know the dog had escaped through the fence and into Otis McCulley's yard, where McCulley says it looked like the dog was about to poop. So he shot the 6-month-old puppy. Bloodstains still mar the family's front porch, where the dog ran back home, gravely wounded. Vets say a hollow point .22 round ruptured the dog's colon. He couldn't be saved. The Davis family called the sheriff's office, and their 82-year-old neighbor admitted to deputies he had shot the dog with a rifle. I spoke to McCulley inside his home. He didn't want to go on camera, but quickly told me, quote, "I shot the bleeping thing." McCulley said he had the right to kill Rowdy and the several other dogs who have come on his property over the years. Davis says her family wishes they would have had some kind of warning.
Now, the neighbors say they would have been more than happy to patch this hole in the fence that the dog was getting through. They're more concerned about the fact that they weren't contacted before Mr. McCulley decided to shoot their dog.
Had he missed the dog and say it was an hour and a half later in the afternoon, my kids would have been home playing basketball in the front yard.
The Davises admit they know there is a leash law, but think McCulley acted dangerously.
There was so many different ways that this could have been dealt with rather than taking out a gun like that and shooting it at our dog, at our house, towards our family. I think it was very poor judgment on his part.
Now, the prosecutor will decide if this decision was also a crime. In Findlay, Davis Wallman, Action News.
A woman gets a special gift for the holidays. She can now hear thanks to a donation from a California company. Reporter Elisa Becerra has more.
It may be just the sound of a baby crying,
But to this mother, it is the most beautiful sound she's ever heard.
You really hear him now.
Mariah has never heard her 6-month-old son Morgan cry or coo until today.
In the night, it's very scary because I don't know if he will, when he's waking up, if I'm going to wake up.
Now, because of the kindness and generosity of Betty and Michael Kemp of Avalon Hearing Aid Centers, she can hear. Every year for the last 5 years, they give a gift that most of us take for granted, the gift of hearing and hope through free hearing aids for people who could not otherwise afford it.
When you're reconnected to life through your sense of hearing, not only do you hear better, but you get hope back. And we have several people that got jobs and their lives are working well again. So we're grateful that we get to do this too.
12 people ages 33 to 94 are walking out of here forever changed. As for Mariah, she's a mother of 6 who lost her hearing later in life. And since then, life has been hard.
Talking on the phone, not really. Going places by myself, I have to be careful because I don't hear people behind me. Especially getting a job, trying to get a job because of my hearing. Nobody really wanted to hire me. When they did, they were like, you need to get that fixed or you can't stay.
But yeah, yeah.
Thanks to this lady, Avalon Company gave me my hearing, gave me my life back. Thank you so much.
Yeah, new day.
And that's going to do it for us here at I-501 News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.